Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello everybody, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, spiritual awareness and development coach, mentor, teacher, and all those sorts of things. So I pretty much dabble in a lot of things with spiritually wise, and the archangels and angels have been coming forth a lot more with me lately as well. So I mean, they've always been around me, but they're just really coming forth even more stronger to deliver messages to everybody that is, that connects with me in some way or form. So anyway, this session is for, or this reading is for the star sign of Virgo, or the sun sign of Virgo, however, which way you look at it. Virgo, anyway, for the month of November 2019. So, but I'm saying that those who are of, it will be suitable, and who have the star sign, or this is going really interesting, because there's a lot of stop starting, not trying to get my words out, and it's interesting too. I'm just going to go a step back a bit, because my throat, as I was grounding in and connecting with Mother Earth, and getting ready for prepping for me to get to do this work. It's interesting that, because they cleared my throat, and it's and I had this little cough. So some of you may be feeling like you may need to speak up and speak out, creatively express yourself, verbally, and in your communication, with people. So whether that be verbally communicating, or communicate with your hands, depending on if you use sign language, thinking outside of the box, spirit. So some of you may be, it may be actions that you use to tell people how you love them or what you think of them. So it could be, that way of communicating, as well. So communicating as a whole, it may be some of you are looking at, maybe thinking, I could have communicated that better, or you're needing to communicate anyway, as a whole. It's all really about communication next month. So you may have been thinking about that, or feeling that, or sensing that, coming right now and moving into next month, or you may be going through that right now, as so there may be things going on around in your thymus here, with your throat chakra, where you may be having getting a chesty in there. You may be feeling you lots of that clearing your throat, and you may be feeling even in your jaw, that you're talking about, and going into my ears. You may be having problems around ear, nose, throat sort of stuff. So there's something that you're needing to get out and get across to people. So they're just saying this month, or even right now, is the time to do that for some of you. Now, sometimes spirit, the energy around me, get little tickles and everything. So excuse me if I scratch my nose or scratch my head. So you may actually be picking up on that and understand that. So if you do, cool. If you're not, if you don't, it's for me, there's a lot of spiritual energy around me. And sometimes I just little tickles, and I feel like I need to scratch it, or that. So and it's used, sometimes it can be a sign. So and you may understand that, even if I don't say anything about it or make mention of it. So anyway, I'm going to take a step back again and carry on with my introduction about what I do and how I do it. So so these readings, or these sessions, can be timeless. Okay, so what I mean by that is, so this, they could remind you of a situation that was recently in the past, and help with some confirmation, or it could be in the distant past, that it may help with some confirmation about what was going on then, and this might explain it for you. You might be right in the middle of this right now, right now, and or this might be coming up in next month for you, for November, which is where I've where they've given me the timeline for, of course, but also some of it may carry on into the next month and the following month. Not all of it, but some of it, because there may be dregs of it that will, keep going on if you're not, sometimes people throw themselves into it and work through and process stuff. And sometimes it'll just, I'm hearing the word drag or dribble along, and in incremental steps as well. So don't You know, if you're feeling like you need to run with it, maybe just jog with it. If you're feeling like you need to jog with it, it may be for you. If you're feeling a little bit anxious with it like that, those are your signs to maybe like hold up a little bit and just, you know, venture in it and not overwhelm yourself too much. But definitely keep moving forward into whatever it is and figure out what that anxiety is about. And then I just want to say too quickly, is that anxiety, figure out what the anxiety is about. Because sometimes our anxiety with the, you know, anxiety is like, I want to say, you know, a overwhelmment of the future, of what could happen in the future. And and it overwhelms us. That's why we get, you know, anxious about it, because it's like, there's all this energy. It's like, well, when we put it out and we like all these thoughts and plans about what it could be, and it's like shit, and then we ended up feeling overwhelmed because we're not putting, like, we're putting more of that overwhelming, the word, they're trying not to say fear, because fear, you know, typically is, you know, when we're feeling anxious, depending on whether that's in a negative way or a positive way, we tend to think it's always like negatively, like something's going to go wrong. But actually, what if something is going to go right? So that's why they're talking, saying that sometimes it may be this anxiety we're feeling is excitement, not so much in a fear way. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. So they're bringing that up for a reason. So it's just to help you to differentiate and figure out actually what that anxiety is about. Is it excitement or is it a fear? You know, is it something that, you know, that because it's like we've overwhelmed ourselves too much with the thought of, you know, that we've projected thoughts, you know, forward of how that could look. And is it that, you know, feeling that, oh, shivers, you know, this is going to really happen. So then it becomes more of an excitement. So it's like not buying into the fear stuff, okay? It's excitement and not holding back too far, but just pacing yourself is what Spirit is saying, okay? Anyway, I'll need to go backwards, step back again, because I'm just so keen to get on with the messages for you, Virgo, because there's such amazing big energy that's coming forward for a lot of you, with that feeling of movement, of going forward too. It's like because we're right in this new moon energy as well, so it's using this energy to like propel us forward and like begin these new beginnings and continue with some new beginnings that you've started planning like last month. So for a lot of you will have ended something and started to begin new things, and some of you may be just ending things now and moving into beginning new things, and that's fine. You are where you are you are where you are at with it. So once again, they keep distracting me, and that could be something that's going on for you as well. So I just want to go back to like what I'm doing again. So if this resonates with you, you know, please, that's amazing. But if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't try and make it fit, because like I said, it may not fit for you properly and fully as you go into November. So don't think it may not fit because you're listening to it right now. And it may not fit because you may not have figured out how it works in the past. So and if it doesn't at all and you're really not resonating it, then that's fine. There are a lot of others out there that do a similar thing to me, and so they may have something for you in the way of, you know, connecting that will connect with you. Okay. Anyway, what else do I need to say? So I'm not a tarot reader, as you probably gathered by now, but for those of you who are new to watching my videos, I don't use tarot. So that's something that maybe I'm going to dabble in the future, like work with more, but I'm more of a medium, or intuitive reader. But I do use the oracle cards, a variety of different ones. So today or lately, I've just been like stuck on these. These ones seem to be resonating more as the Sacred Web Oracle Web deck, and that one's just fallen out. I wasn't actually going to. I have shuffled these, by the way. I was going to shuffle, thinking that I might shuffle them a little bit more, but. So anyway, and I do have some cards that are made up with messages on them from the angels, from Archangel Michael, Raphael, and a collective of angels as well. So But also I have the unicorn, magical unicorn cards out as well from the Adoring Virtues one. So that's really interesting. Lately they've come out a bit, because the unicorns have been popped out a bit lately around me too. So funnily enough, interestingly enough, I keep seeing them around. So there's a lot of magical stuff happening for me to be mentioning that with your reading too. So yesterday that came coming through with Leo as well, and it's like, okay, pretty cool. So yep, these are general reads. So take what resonates with you. Okay, so I feel like for me to repeat that again and say that, I feel like there may be something that's repetitive going on, and just to remind yourself that actually, Spirit are just showing you something again, okay, something that may have come up. So it's actually only usually just draw out three, but one, but three have popped out. So I feel like there's another one to come. As I'm talking, there's another one to come, I'm hearing. But actually, that's that one, and there's those two over there. Okay, so the first card out is transmutation, and there's a snake that's connected with that one. Okay, so transmutation, and what I'm saying is, like, there's a lot at the moment. There is, like, right now at the moment, there is, like, for a lot of yous, there's this change that's going on with you, and for some of you, it's like, like with this snake here, there's a shedding of the skin. Okay, and so there's some change, and there's some letting go and shedding and stepping into something new, and I feel like that's across the board. For some of you, it's going to be like the whole lot, like with marriage, career, or job, business. There's a lot of business change for a lot of people in there, relationships as well. That's coming up, or coming through. So it's not just like, there's not always like. For some of you, there is a physical, like, relationship parting of the ways, like separation or divorce. For others of you, it may be just, it's not that you're going to, don't freak out, because I'm just hearing, but so don't freak out. It could be, for some of you, it will be a perception of the way your marriage is. So it may be, what's going in your marriage, or what's going on with you, what your perception of what is going on, that you'll come to a knowing that actually, there's nothing really wrong. It's something that you have to work within you to, like, it's changing your perception about something within the relationship. Okay, so, and it may be that there's something ending there, where there is something where both of you are working on something, or working together as a couple with the rest of the family, like children, and that's coming to an end. Okay, so that could be all it is. And it may be that, and there's some frustration between the couple with what is going on, that it might, with the children, like, one person has a different view of it, and the other person, is a completely different view of it. And it's like, so, and that's what I'm talking about, or what they're talking about, is like something has come to an end in that, where there's, more of a union, or coming together, where you're starting to be on the same page as this, because it's, it's about, you've realized something, or there's something, a perception has been, I just have to stop this and turn this down. Excuse me, I thought I'd turned it off, but clearly I haven't. So they're just talking about there's some sort of perception change in there. Okay. Wow. And it's also, like, interesting that the phone should ring right when it does, because there's maybe something is distracting you, like, or giving a call or callings that it's like, there's some of you are answering a call, okay, or a calling, okay. So there's something that's come to an end for you, that has created an opportunity for you to be able to answer this call or calling for where you really wanted to go, with something like a dream job or a dream career, or moving into something really, like, totally different, where you've put out for. Okay, what you've put out for. God, that's come out, like, really, like. So it's kind of like, for me to, like, just react like that just now, it's like, wow. So it's been a long time coming, but it's like Spirit is saying it's worth the wait, or it was worth the wait to get to this point. Wow. So that's pretty cool. So, and this one here is charity. Now, I feel like some of you's like, so there is actually a different meaning to this card, but I feel like there's some of yous are like feeling like you're a bit of a charity case, okay? And it's not, and some of you are like, have been, or people have hit you up about that. So I feel like for some of you have actually like had that perception change about like taking time for yourself, you know. Charities, you know, like the word, the way they like, the way that they bring that across for me to deliver to you is, you know, so you've got to take care of yourself, okay? So it's about about self-care, this charity, for bringing it back to you, Virgo. So some of you Virgo Ians, this what I'm going to, it's kind of like, I didn't really want to say it that way, but some of you's Virgo are really needing to, you know, just take some time out and do whatever it is that you're wanting to. So that, in one sense, for a lot of you, is, you know, the new beginning, you know, that you've seen that perception and you're making a change in that way. You're going to take, this is it, I'm doing more for myself, you know, more for yourself. And it's not being selfish, it's being selfless for you, you know. We've got to like find that balance. Okay, so yeah, so just be selfish about your own stuff, yeah, in a sense. And, you know, take some time for you. It's like, see, it's just gone quiet. Did you feel that? And sometimes it's just finding that quiet space. That's all it takes. Maybe a moment or two, maybe an hour or two, maybe a weekend or two, you know, taking some time out. And this one here is the buffalo, okay? And this is upside down, as you can see. So for me, there may be some sort of block in your vision, okay, or where you're wanting to go, where you're in that sort of thing. So I'm going to turn it back up the correct way. Oh, no, that's not a buffalo. That's a bear. Why did I get buffalo? I saw a bear and I said buffalo. So there's a buffalo card in here somewhere, but that's not it. So some of you might be like, when I'm thinking about that now and I'm just asking them why I said buffalo, there may be some of you that are connected to a Taurus that is that you're starting a new beginning with, and you may be like, which is why this was upside down for some of you. Okay, well, for that one is maybe you're not sure where to go, how that person fits into your vision or your plan. You're finding it a little bit tricky to envision how they're doing it. It's just putting it another way. So anyway, but for another portion of yous, a group of yous, is like there's a vision. So it's kind of like for some of yous, you've lost the vision, or you've kind of put the vision aside. And it's like now it's about getting back on track, and which is why there's a new beginning for some of yous in that way, okay? And some of yous is like, I feel like there's like getting, having a vision board or creating that vision board to get you back on track or to keep that momentum going, because you may have like been distracted through this October into some degree and like been swaying, and it's like maybe not achieved as much as what you felt like you could have achieved. So it's like, don't have that now, even like right now, you might be just thinking that, and then coming into November and throughout November, it's like I feel like there's more momentum for you, but it's about you like keeping like centered and focused. So, and then this one fell out too, the other way, dissolution. So some of you may be like I say, there's a lot of coming to an end with sorts of, a sorts of things that's with everything and anything. Some of you are maybe one or two of the things that we've just talked about. So interesting that I've got all these, rainbows here. So, cards with rainbows at the bottom of that. So there is a rainbow out there, follow that rainbow and be in that rainbow bubble, okay, or energy as well. It's good because all of those colors of the rainbow are colors of your chakra, remember. So finding that balance and then clearing those and connecting to Mother Earth to help you clear those and taking some time out. There's self-care, really. So, and then these two here fell out. So this one is harmony. So harmony, so that has got a a red triangle sign. So for me, that's about grounding yourself, okay? And it's like things are like next month, like because you're getting your momentum back, and all these things have been dissolving or you've been sorting them out, you'll be able to, you know, there's a lot more harmony around you because you're moving, and you've made some decisions, so you're clearing the way, and it's like, yay. So you're starting to see a little bit more light, and so this abundance here, this card here is falling out as well. So I'm going to turn that up the right way as well. And look at that beautiful bird. Look at the beautiful colours on it. Like there's some colours. Look how bright they are. You know, that's in a way. It's beautiful. So it's like, see, and that's got those turquoisey colour as well. The same with charity. So there may be a colour abundance. So maybe needing to put, you know, that you'll communicate more to get the best deal. Okay, there may be something coming up with around that abundance, but the thing is, things are flowing, so your abundance will flow as soon as you. It's as long as you like work with these, with what is going on, and keep processing and keeping that momentum, and yes, and not being working on trying not to, you know, overwhelm yourself with it, and just taking one step at a time, because that's out there. There is so much out there for you, so many great things and possibilities, but and that's coming, but work on. I'm going to say try, okay. They're wanting to change that word, but it must be like there's something like trying, but it's like just do it, okay. They're trying to take away the word try as I'm saying it, but it's like just do it, okay. It's like I am doing it, because try gives us an out. That's why they're trying to get me to say stop saying try, okay. And even I have a habit of saying that, but I've got like turning that around. It's like, okay, so it's less in my vocabulary system now than what it used to be, and it comes out when it needs to come out more so with that word, okay. So it's about forward, projecting yourself forward, the energy. So it's like those statements like, yes, I am doing this. So you're putting yourself in the now, and you know, and it's not so much just a will, but it's better, you know, but at least that's something that you're moving into it. It's on your list. So they're just talking about putting in your list, making up this list of things that you want to do, like making setting a goal, and then making a plan, and that will help you like stick to it. Phew. You know, or keep to it as much as possible, which is something that they've been getting me to do as well, because I got a little bit, I put those away for, you know, a few years, and now it's more, or lately, and then in the last couple of years, or last year or so, even more, been planning more, like putting them down rather than keeping them in my head, and then I'm more likely to achieve them, and I'm, you know, it's just like 2 years ago, you know, I was more ready to do that, you know, and even now, even more ready. So, and sometimes we have to put things, we have to take time out, and then that's what spirits, you know, have a think about what you're learning in that time where you haven't been planning, you know, and it just makes us feel like I'm more ready to do that. I'm more knowing about what it is, what I want to do. So there's that sort of element that's coming through, in like this last month of October and coming into November. I just feel they're showing all these cards up that there's a lot more momentum for you should you choose to take up that mission. So it's like, take up that mission. They're kind of like just giving you and zhuzhing up your energy. So you may have been feeling a little bit low over the last couple of days, and I think the energy is for some of us has. And when I say some of us, it's like because I'm a Gemini, and it has kind of for me as well, but I'm feeling more like I'm more in the energy of Virgo, because my strongest sense is my empathic side, so I feel and sense. So sometimes I will talk as if I am the star sign that I'm channeling through messages for, you know, at that time. So you're here. That's why I've said we for that one. Anyway, that's all I have for you this month and coming into November 2019. So if this resonates with you, please give me a thumbs up just so I know, or leave a comment. If you would like to hear more or see more messages in the future, please subscribe, and then you'll see get a notification. Oh, and ring the bell. Or click the bell, so you will get a notification. Ring the bell, same sort of thing, I suppose. When I next post. But also if you subscribe, you will see them pop up, and then you can just lets you know. And or if you're watching this on Facebook, just drop a comment there and or a like, just to let me know if it resonates. I'm always very curious about how how people receive them, and if it's helped in any sort of way. So anyway, God bless you all, and I'll see you at the end of November for the next Virgo reading for December. Take care.